And Farve said, quote, "Not really. I don't really have one. It'll happen someday. That day will come. I haven't lost any sleep over it, nor have they. I wish them well. What I did speaks for itself. What I left behind speaks for itself." So, Rob, we'll start with you. Is it time for the Packers to welcome back Brett Farve with open arms?
This will be very simple. No way, no how. Let's just forget about this for now. Let it all be about Aaron Rodgers. Invite him back after Aaron Rodgers has won his second or third Super Bowl. Then you can invite Brett Farve back and let him realize what he was doing to that organization and how he held Aaron Rodgers back, and look at what's happened since he left. How's that, Skip?
Did you just say after Aaron Rodgers wins his second or third Super Bowl?
Absolutely.
Well, why didn't you just go to 5, 6, or 7? Not 5, not 6,
I'm not going to
not
get ahead
7.
of myself. Not
Yeah,
yet.
but haven't you already proclaimed him to be eventually better than Joe Montana?
I
Is that
said
what you said?
he will be the
Skip.
best quarterback ever.
Go,
Hey, Skip,
Stephen
hey,
A.
Skip, would you like me to go in the regular old Stephen A. Smith, or would you like me to do the
Uh-oh.
Rob Parker imitation?
Do the Rob Parker,
Which one do you
please.
want, Skip?
Rob Parker.
Hey, it's very simple. No way, no how. Absolutely not. Without question. Aaron Rodgers, 3 of the last 4 years, he passed over 4,000 yards. He had a passer rating of over 100. He's never thrown more than 13 interceptions in a season in his career, Skip. You're losing it. You're fooling yourself if you believe that he belongs in the same breath as Brett Farve. Brett Farve has never shown him any respect whatsoever. He's been totally disrespectful. He retired a multitude of times. He's shown him no love whatsoever. And guess what? Guess what, Skip? Okay? He's not better than Aaron Rodgers. So we don't need him. The Packers don't need him. They moved on without him. And I am absolutely correct when I say that guess what, okay? Let him win his second or third Super Bowl, and then Brett Farve can come back and pay homage to him.
Can we just... That was very good.
That was good, Steve.
I applaud that. Now, can we speak real, please, here? I didn't want to do this topic, but these two, Rob and Stephen A., my friends, pushed to do this topic because even the smallest opportunity to take shots at Brett Farve, they're going to take those shots. And this is the smallest of opportunity because he said it. Did you read the quote? He said, "I haven't lost any sleep over it, and neither have the Packers." It's a non-issue right now.
And of course he hasn't lost any sleep. You know why? And I know the Packers haven't, because he went to go play with their arch rivals, and that's what Brett Favre went to do. And I know, I mean, he played there for 20 years, and the Packers won one Super Bowl. And you know how many Aaron Rodgers have won in his first 4 years as starter? One Super Bowl.
And you know how many Aaron Rodgers might just win? One Super Bowl for his career. We got to check this out now, Stephen A.
He'll win another one. Let me tell you something. Brett Farve is a guy that starred for the Green Bay Packers for 20 years. He went to 2 Super Bowls. He won once. He retired more times than he made an appearance in the Super Bowl, and then unretired. He has been an absolute prima donna over the last 5 years or so in Green Bay. He didn't care about the development and anybody else. He didn't care about the dissension that he caused amongst his team. All of this stuff. And if it had been anybody else, we would have been talking about how divisive of a presence they were. But because it was Brett Favre, oh, look at him trip over his feet and throw the football underhanded. Oh, look at him run and get that first down. Oh, look at him jump into the arms of his offensive lineman.
Look at the top 5 all-time quarterback.
Never left.
That's what we're looking at.
All of that stuff. It was nonsense.
You want to know the truth?
He was a bad teammate the last 5 years.
Yeah,
he was
they
a
loved
bad
him and they
teammate.
missed him.
And
Here's
that's what
the
you need
point.
to call him on.
Tell me when you stop bloviating. Here's the point about Brett Favre. The reason the Packers have kept him at arm's length is because when they shipped him out to the Jets and then he went to the Vikings, he showed up the GM Ted Thompson who ran him out the back door.
How did he show him up?
He showed him up. Wait, well, hold on just a second. He got the New York Jets improbably to 8-2 before he tore his biceps tendon and had to have it repaired.
But he was so selfish, he kept playing.
Oh, yeah,
even
because
though
he was
was
trying to...
injured.
Well, wait a second. This guy just ripped Jeremy Lin for not playing. Brett Farve played with a ruptured biceps tendon, and now Rob Parker's ripping him for that. And then he goes to the Vikings and had the greatest age 39 year in the history of pro football. 33 touchdowns to 7 interceptions, and got a team that was not supposed to even win the division all the way to within overtime of a Super Bowl.
And then threw the interception that cost them a berth in the Super Bowl.
Why did he throw it? Let's be real about that also. Because his idiot coach, out of a timeout, sent 12 men into the huddle and cost them 5 yards out of field goal range. You know it, and I know, but you gloss over that fact because you hate Favre so much.
He still could have positioned himself for a field goal. He tried to be the gunslinger. Just like I told you.
He tried to save the day.
You had people that cover the game of football that have been on the record saying it wasn't enough for Brett Farve to win. It's that he had to be the reason that you won. That's always been his problem, at least in the latter part of his career. He showed it with his prima donna tendencies over the last 5 years of his career. And good reason.
No.
A team that he started for 2 decades doesn't want anything to do with him. What does that tell you?
I'm not letting you get away with that.
All right.
You glossed over the fact that in that NFC Championship game, in the toughest building to play in the NFL, at New Orleans, there was a bounty on Brett Favre's head. They literally tried to knock him out of the game. They tried to kill him. And he took shots. Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Kill him?
Oh, well, I mean, they crushed him. They were taking cheap shots all day long. And he still played great.
I
have never complained. Listen, Skip, Brett Favre could play the Hall of Famer. I talked about his mentality and his lack of togetherness, chemistry, teamwork, all of that stuff over the last 5 years of his career, which you want to gloss over. That's why the Green Bay Packers don't want to have anything to do with him. He deserves that.
My last thing on this is when they invite him back, just make sure they invite Desmond Howard. Because if it wasn't for Desmond Howard, the Packers wouldn't even have that Super Bowl that Brett Favre won.
What did your guy Aaron Rodgers do when he was handed an NFC Championship game team? He was handed.
They dropped
and what
8
did he
passes.
do? They missed the playoffs
They
the
dropped
next year
8
because of
passes.
your guy Aaron Rodgers.
They dropped 8 passes.
Oh,
I'm from New York, and the Giants were playing the game, and even I can admit they dropped 8 of his passes.
I'm talking about something else, but that's over your head. It's okay.
Listen,
Oh, wow.
Aaron Rodgers is
Everything. Nothing's over your head with that hairdo. You get that spray and
You're
everything.
asking for it. Be careful.
We need somebody to do the Jay Farrow, Stephen A. Smith impersonation because he did Rob Parker so well. Nonetheless, Aaron Rodgers, great quarterback, still 310 touchdown passes behind Brett Favre. Let's all get